What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Got another box break in this video for you. This is a box of 94 Skybox Series 2. It says look for the 94 USA basketball tip-off set exchange card. Odds of finding are 1 in 240 packs. Pretty cool. So you could, back in the day, you could use that exchange card, mail it off, and get I believe like a set of like USA cards. Unless I build a time machine, that ain't happening, but that'd be cool to still be able to pull that. We'll see. So we got 36 packs in the box, 12 cards per pack. Since this is Series 2, usually what happens is Series 2 features mostly rookies and a couple of subset cards. There are some pretty cool subsets in this Series 2 that I really like. They have black borders, which, in my opinion, probably not just my opinion, but are difficult to grade. Not that those are worth a whole lot of money. I haven't really looked into it, but anyways, these subset cards, I don't know the names of them. They're just like different like cards, like doing these very cool 90s design things. Like there's a Shaquille O'Neal with like electricity, lightning behind him or something. Pretty cool cards. Loved them when I was a kid, and looking forward to pulling those. Anyways, they have black borders, and typically anything that has black borders really chips easily. You can see like the white. Whereas something that has a white border, like the 91-92 Skybox, like this Jordan over here, very easy to grade. But most of the cards we're going to be pulling out of Series 2 are rookies. I think the biggest rookies of 93-94 were Penny Hardaway, Chris Webber. Those are the two that come to mind, so we'll see who else there is. No Jordans in the Series 2 set, unfortunately. Not even a subset. There are, I believe, 2 different Jordan possible insert cards. I don't recall the names of them offhand. You know me, sometimes I like to be surprised. I don't like to know everything going in. So I didn't really look that up right before doing the video. But that's basically it as far as this goes. There could be some bricking. These are the glossy cards. I did not stick this in the freezer. I opened up a couple of Series 1 boxes, and although there was bricking, there was very little damage on those cards, or at least the good cards we got out of that box. There was no damage to them. So hopefully that's the case here with this Series 2. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, we got our box open, and Skybox does a good job of looking pretty. They made their box, I think in the 92-93 season, they made their box horizontal instead of vertical. And this 93-94 is the same. And it had like a slip cover that you pull off. And you can actually even, there's a seam here, you can actually pull this whole thing off. I'm leaving it on, although if it keeps trying to fall over on me, I'm gonna maybe pull it off. So here's the packs. This nice foil packs, very shiny, very pretty. So there we go, 12 cards per pack. Let's see if this tells us a little information. I thought maybe, okay. Odds of finding Shaq Talk card are 1 in 36, so we're probably gonna get 1 in a box. Thunder and Lightning 1 in 12. I don't think there's a Thunder and Lightning Jordan. NBA draft picks 1 in 12. Okay. So there's a few more inserts than I thought. And then this Showdown series 1 in 6. I'm pretty sure there is a Jordan and Clyde Drexler. So 1 in 6, that's pretty good. We could get a couple of these. Dynamic Dunks, I'm pretty sure there's a Jordan. 1 in 36, that's going to be tough to pull. Sometimes with those inserts, you get real lucky and you might get 2. That's tough. We'll see. We got a David Robinson on the back. That's not a bad start. All right, so starting off, hopefully, with very little bricking. So far, looking good. So we got Jamal Mashburn, which is one of the rookies of this year. So Changing Faces, I think, has like a veteran and a rookie star. So those are kind of cool. All right, so these are the cards I was telling you about. This one's Glenn Rice, Great Balls of Fire. So, you know, very 90s-ish type deal here. But pretty cool card. It has the black borders. I think we're going to get like 1 or 2 of these per pack. So they're subsets, meaning they're part of the main set. Such a high number there. But I'm going to start a little maybe separate pile there for those. Anyways, I like those. They're pretty cool cards. And I don't know exactly how many there are. But anyways, we'll find out. So here's our first rookie card, Lucius Harris. No big deal. But all you get is this little 93-94 rookie put here. So we'll keep an eye out on that. Scott Haskin, not a very big rookie. And there's the David Robinson, Tower of Power. I remember having this card when I was a kid. Little white spot there in the corner, so you can see what I mean. They damage pretty easily. But the other one, the Glenn Rice, looked to be pretty good shape. As far as bricking, that first pack was very nice. Only that one card stuck just a hair, but it was pretty good. All right. Second pack, see a George Mirasan. We got a James Robinson. Don't know who that is. George Mirasan, I don't know, you know, how popular he ended up being, but he was the tallest player that I know of to play. I don't know if anyone since him was taller. Sean Bradley was around this time. Sean Bradley was like 7'4", 7'5", and I think George Mirasan was like 7'6", 7'7". Wow. My understanding is he was the tallest basketball player, maybe ever. I don't know. You have to let me know. Tony Kukoc, we definitely want to keep that one. Tony Kukoc is popular with the Bulls. Lindsey Hunter and Allen Houston. I don't know how popular those Changing Face cards are. Corey Blount. And here's a Sam Cassell. Mario Elie. Here's that Shaquille O'Neal I was telling you about, Future Shock. Is pretty sweet. It's got the lightning and the power lines back there. It just screams like 90s. But you know what? I still think it's pretty awesome. So I'm putting that up there. That's the only Shaquille O'Neal I know of in the set other than the... And we got a Vin Baker rookie. He's one of the better rookies. Other than the possible Shaquille O'Neal inserts, there's that Shaq Talk card. We're probably going to get one in the box. I think we got a couple of those in Series 1 as well. Here's a Clyde Drexler. Again, it's pretty cool. Subset, this just says Glide. A little off-centered, a little chipping up there, as you can see. All right, so some of these are sticking a little bit, but not bad. Moses Malone. This must have been when he was traded to the Sixers. So you're going to get, if you get any like veterans Hall of Famers in Series 2, it's probably because they were traded. That's the other thing about Series 2. All right, what is this that we got? Malcolm Mackey. I have no idea who that is. DP27. So this is a draft picks insert. Lousy. Lousy. I don't even know who that is. Not one of the better ones. Oh, I wish I could go faster for you guys. This is between the little slight sticking and upside down. Harold Miner and Steve Smith. Harold Miner was Baby Jordan, if you remember that. I don't know what happened to him. I guess he got traded around for a little while. All right, our last card, Terry Cummings. Okay. So nothing huge so far. Pretty mediocre, although that Shaquille O'Neal's kind of nice. Got our first insert. It was a dud. see, I'm going to move some stuff here. All right, so on to pack number 4. Here's the Mailman, Karl Malone. Another cool card. I remember having that. I never opened up these packs when I was a kid, but I bought those cards when I saw them because I was just like, those are so cool. Kevin Duckworth, Calvert Shaney. Here's a Dennis Rodman. He's traded to the Spurs. He was traded from Detroit at the time. These are not Breaking Bad, but oh, here's a nice, very nice card. Look at this insert. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. This is the, oh, what would this be? Versus, I guess. Oh, Showdown Series. Okay. Showdown Series, but that's a very cool duo. I'm going to sleeve that one up. I don't think these are all that rare and worth a whole lot, but nevertheless, that's a pretty cool combo. And like I said, I'm pretty sure, I'm almost 100% there is no Michael Jordan on the Showdown Series. Here we go. We got a Penny Hardaway. It's not the rookie card, but it's a Changing Faces. So that's cool. Got Penny. All right. I don't believe he made it to the Hall of Fame. I think injuries got the best of him, but man, when he played for Orlando, gosh, that was the team. Shaquille O'Neal and Penny Hardaway at the time was just incredible to watch. All right, so we're on our next pack. Here's another Glide the Clyde. A lot of these Changing Faces don't really have the most exciting people on them, do they? Wow, we already got another draft picks. Didn't I just get this? This horrible card? Good Lord, what a waste. Look at this. Look at this. What is this baloney? No offense to Malcolm Mackey, but no. You're taking away from my decent shot at getting some draft picks. Oh, man. I guess the good news is we'll get several of them in here. Here's Tony Kukoc. Yeah, we'll hold on to that one. And then here's another Mark of Excellence, Mark Price. That corner's bent. And it's off-centered, but still a cool card. Oh, man, what a bummer with that draft picks card. That's terrible. That's terrible. That's getting me back for that 92-93 Skybox Series 2 I opened where I pulled all those Shaqs. Go back on the channel and check that out. I was pulling I pulled like 5 Shaqs out of that box. 2 of them were inserts. Here's Isaiah Ryder. He's one of the better rookies. Here we go. A John Stockton. More Lightning. Point Break. More Lightning. I like the Lightning. Lightning's cool. Keith Jennings. Did I get 2 checklists in this pack? What a bunch of... Man... A little bit of extra sticking here. I got these guys earlier. Getting duplication already. And I have yet to see a Chris Webber or Penny Hardaway true rookie. I would just love to pull a Jordan insert. I saw the Bulls when I said that. There's Steve Kerr. But remember, Jordan is only going to be an insert. Didn't have any cards in Series 2. Got the Mailman again. Cool card. Got another Showdown. This one is Larry Johnson and Charles Barkley. That's our second Showdown of the box. And there's a Chris Webber, Changing Faces. Ooh, cool. And we got a Chris Mullin, Outer Limits. Cue the X-Files music. Okay, on to our next pack. Only about a quarter of the way through the box, if even that. So we still got a little ways to go. This one didn't open up very nicely. All right, got another Glenn Rice Great Balls of Fire. Oops. We got a Eddie Johnson. Here's an Isaiah Ryder, Changing Faces. Nah, I don't think he ended up being that. He was hot when he was first on the scene, but I think he cooled down after a while. Here's Nick Van Exel, rookie card. We'll hold on to that one. He was pretty good. Who else we got? Todd Lichty. Warren Kidd. A bunch of these guys I've just not heard of. look what happened with that one. I'm glad that wasn't a Jordan insert. Talk about a printer error there. Okay, next pack. Gonna get probably one dynamic dunk insert for the whole box. I will just lose it if it's Jordan. That would be insane. Well, we got duplication again. Here's the MASH. Another Glenn Rice. Great Balls of Fire. This is a pretty small set. Another David Robinson. It's a pretty small set, so we should probably be getting lots of duplication, which, you know, if you get the good cards, that's not a bad thing. There's a Vin Baker. Changing Faces. Oh, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Just hold on to the base card. Still looking for Penny. Penny Hardaway, Chris Webber. Base rookies. We got their Changing Faces. And of course, still looking for a few more inserts. Okay. Where's the Dennis Rodman? Another Clyde the Glide. Oh, here's a nice card. This might be, what is this? It's a Jamal Mashburn. This is the Thunder and Lightning. Okay. It's damage down there, unfortunately. That sucks. Jamal Mashburn and Jim Jackson. Okay. Not the greatest, but nice card. Mitch Richmond. Score Lord. Okay. That's cool. Not as cool as some of the others. Oh, is that going to be our only Thunder and Lightning? It said, what did it say? 1 in 12 or something like that. Maybe we'll get a few more. There's a Rodman on the Changing Faces. Still haven't hit the Penny Hardaway rookie. All right. Looking for the Michael Jordan Dynamic Dunks. That's a pretty nice card. It's probably the best card we can pull, period. Let's see. Kevin Edwards and Rex Walters. There's a Luke Longley, not his rookie though. Oh, here we go. Here's another cool subset. This is John Starks, Untamed Fury. Pretty cool. A little ominous looking with those clouds, but pretty cool. Mitch Richmond and Bobby Hurley. It looks like it's it for that pack. I'm seeing like triples now of cards. Which, you know, no Penny Hardaway yet, rookie. It's not even like that crazy of a rookie, but crazy you can't even get one yet. Okay, how many of these? We got a bunch of those. This is like our 4th or 5th Glenn Rice. I would like to see a few more of those Shaqs. Future Shock. There's a little damage. That's our first damage so far. There's a Cliff Robinson cliffhanger, but that damage from the sticking really showed up on this one. Nick Van Exel, that's our second rookie of him. And Todd Lichty. Can we just get him? Still no Penny Hardaway. We're getting close to halfway on this box. So this box, by the way, I got this for just like under 100. Maybe 90. Yeah, 90. There's a Christian Laettner. That's kind of cool. It's got the Timberwolves logo. But yeah, this box is going to usually cost you around 100 or slightly more. Occasionally you get lucky and you see it a little less, and I just ended up buying it because most of the time I see it over 100. Oh, nice! We got the Drexler versus Jordan. Very nice. That might be the only Jordan we get. That is the insert. And that is looking pretty good. I'm going to sleeve this one up, of course. I'll tell you what. I am going to put that in. All my Jordans go in these magnetic holders, no matter what Jordan it is. Well, if it's got Jordan on the card, no, I should take that back. Pretty much any Jordan, unless it's like the whole team, card or something. So there it is. That may be the best card we get. Not a huge card, but still, I'll take it. I'll take it. Add it to the collection. I don't have that card, so here we go. Another Penny Hardaway. It's not the base rookie, but I'll take that too. And Luke Longley once again. All right, so that was a good pack. That's nice getting that Jordan. I would love the dynamic dunks. That's going to be hard to get. And I would imagine, I've never seen what that card even looks like. I would imagine it would also be hard to find in good condition. There we go. We got our Chris Webber rookie card. Now let's see if it'd be something if Penny Hardaway's rookie was in this same pack. There's Lindsey Hunter rookie. I don't think he was huge. Manute Bol again. We're getting a bunch of him. Oh, cool. Here's a different one. This is Ron Harper, Driving Force. That's cool. I like that with the road and the clouds. Pretty nice. Scott Burrell rookie. And Lucius Harris. And then we end with Vin Baker and Ken Norman. Okay. Well, we know Penny Hardaway's in here somewhere. We got Chris Webber. I'm just kind of surprised we haven't hit one yet. I'm getting duplicates back to back. Look at this. Getting the same cards back to back. Too bad I can't get the same inserts. I think I remember this kind of happening in our... There's Dino Raja rookie. Series 1, I remember there's Jamal Mashburn rookie also. Getting a bunch of the base Jordans because of the way they were packaged. Nick Van Exel. And cliffhanger, still a little bit of white spots, plus a little printer error. But not as damaged as the previous. All right, I think we're about halfway through. These are easier to open when I just lay it on the desk. Here's a John Stockton. That's the second one we got of him. Still haven't seen that Penny Hardaway. James Robinson. We got the Shaq Talk. It's probably the only one we'll get in the box. Stuck to a checklist. Michael Jordan's on there, huh? Cool. Pretty nice card. Not the greatest expression. Kind of looks like, duh. But I'm going to sleeve it. Pretty cool card. But we were guaranteed to get one. I don't think any particular one's more valuable than any other. And these are guys we've hit a bunch of times. Yeah. All right. Okay, pack with that Shaq Talk insert. Like I said, that's probably going to be the only one of the box. Still looking for that Dynamic Dunks. Who's it going to be? I'm assuming we'll get one. But who's it going to be? All right. We got... This one's a little more bricked. There we go. Here is a Shawn Kemp Rain Man. That's pretty sweet with the skyline. I like that. Reverse dunk. Another Chris Webber. Base rookie. And we got two of those. Still haven't seen Penny. Another Lindsey Hunter. Dana Barros. Trying to figure out why we still have not seen the Penny Hardaway rookie. Another driving force of Ron Harper. Interesting. I know it's in here. There's no way it can't be. As we're getting down into the bottom of the box here, or bottom half I should say, they're getting a little more bricked. Still coming apart without damage, so that's good. Oh, who do we got here? This is another Thunder and Lightning insert. Not very exciting. Walt Williams, Bobby Hurley. Blech. Very nice looking inserts, but man, that's two now that we just not very exciting at all. Let's see. Tony Kukoc and a Mark Price, Mark of Excellence. I wonder if we got all of those subset cards by now. We've hit some. It hit a bunch of duplicates on those, but only one Shaq. Of course. All right. Do we get a Penny Hardaway? Or the Dynamic Dunks? If we get that Dynamic Dunks of Jordan, you can keep Penny Hardaway. No offense. Another Shawn Kemp. Another Chris Webber. That's 3 Webbers. That's fine. I just... where is Penny? That's crazy. How many Lindsey Hunters we got now? Manute Bol. That's like 5. Eddie Johnson, Hersey Hawkins. So this is cool. This first one of these we got. Air Raid, Scottie Pippen. Keep in mind, like I said, there's not a Jordan. It would have been awesome. Don't know why. There's a Dino Raja. Don't know why they didn't do a Jordan. Mashburn rookie and Nick Van Exel. Okay. I'm concerned. I am a concerned citizen for the Penny Hardaway rookie. That is missing. Ooh, did you hear that crunch? Wow. That's a... These should have recorded that. Oh, I did record that. I'm recording what I'm saying. That'd be a sound effect for crunching bones in a movie. There's Isaiah Ryder. Base rookie. Another Stockton. Point Break. Oh, yeah. Haven't seen this one yet. This is High Altitude. Can barely read it. Is that LaFonso? Yeah, LaFonso Ellis. That's cool. Above the city skyline. See a lot of chipping there on that black border. I feel like that's the kind of card that if it grades 10, it doesn't matter who's on it. It'll be worth something just because they're so hard to get a 10 on. But I've not looked those up to see what they are as 10s. I have a feeling that Shaq, though, that Future Shock Shaq, if it's a 10, it probably commands a nice price. Still no penny. Still no Dynamic Dunks insert. It's another Christian Laettner. I see a Showdown card. It looks like Karl Malone. And Karl Malone and Shawn Kemp. So you got another Showdown insert card. Pretty cool. Luke Longley. Is that John Starks? Untamed Fury. And Mitch Richmond. All right, who's willing to place bets we're not going to get a penny? Like I said, if I get that Jordan Dynamic Dunks, you can have all these cards except that Jordan. You can take them all back. No, that would be sad because the amount of money I spent on this box. I could have just bought these 2 Jordans. Okay, we've got Kenny Anderson, Magnificent 7. Pretty cool card. I like the lights and the card, the trail of lights and the skyline back there. Nice. Okay, this is a slightly different pack, right? Come on. No, Hubert Davis, Anthony. I was just thinking, slightly different pack. That means Penny's going to be in here. I think these are different cards. Moses Malone and Sean Bradley. Come on, Penny. You got to be in here. You got to be in here. We got the LaFonso Ellis again. Chris Gatling. You'd think this Penny card is going to be worth a lot of money. There's this scarcity. Well, we still need a Dynamic Dunk, assuming we'll get it. I'm assuming we'll get maybe one more. Here's Moses. One more Showdown Series card. Maybe another Draft Picks card. Dino Raja. I forgot about this one. I had this. Joe Dumars when I was a kid. That's cool. Anything with the city skyline. I collect those. I have like a skyline collection of basketball cards that have like buildings and things behind them. Harold Miner again. Man, that's crazy. No penny. I mean, I guess at this point, we'll maybe just get one. I'm assuming we'll get one. I can't imagine going through a whole box. They're not that rare. It's a small set. We've got duplicates of everything. Why no Penny Hardaway? Isaiah Ryder. That's the third, at least the third Shawn Kemp Rain Man we've pulled. There's Penny, finally. Finally! All right, the Penny Hardaway, Skybox rookie card. And what's it worth in this condition? Maybe $1. I don't feel like that's something I would get graded. But I'm sure if it was a PSA 10, it can't be though. It looked like a little bit of, yeah, it wouldn't grade as a 10. There's like a little white speck right there. All right, so I guess I'll just put him right in front of Shaq. That's fine. They played together. Okay, so we got the Penny Hardaway. Can't complain now. But like I said, curious who's going to be on this Dynamic Dunks card. We gotta get a Dynamic Dunks. I'm counting on one. Another Sean Kemp Rain Man. This is our 4th Chris Webber rookie card. Huh. Crazy we don't get 4 Penny Hardaways. Crazy. Come on. These are really sticking. Another Minute. Oh, it's our 2nd Air Raid. Scottie Pippen. Nick Van. Dino. It's like our 3rd Dino rookie. Always followed by Jamal Mashburn. There's definitely an order to a lot of these cards. All right. There's still several packs here, but I feel that it's slowly going to fall over. So I'm getting that box out of here. And we still got a stack of packs. Let's see what we can do. Actually, let's do this. We'll get Penny off of Shaq. All right. It would be absolute insanity if we hit the Jordan Dynamic Dunks. Let me just get a bunch of these Sean Kemp Rain Mans now. Kendall Gill and Detlef Schrempf. Wasn't Penny behind? Yeah. See, there's an order to this. There's predictable order. It's the same white speck on the same corner. Interesting. But that's okay. That's cool that now all of a sudden we have 2 Penny Hardaways. We'll take it. We'll take it. All right. That was a miscut, wasn't it? Oh, no. Those are 2 cards stuck together. Yeah. All right. Still holding out for this Dynamic Dunks. If we get it. If we get it. All right, there's George Murison, rookie. Tony Kukoc, rookie. We got a Magnificent 7 of Kenny Anderson. We got Hersey Hawkins, Derek Strong. Okay, sweet. We got another Shaq, Future Shock. A little bit of white there. Yeah, these things would not grade at a 10 easily. They all have like just little specks of white and stuff. But pretty cool. We got 2 of them. I'm glad. I feel like we should get more because we had so many of the other ones. You know. I can always say you get tons of duplicates unless it's the good players. Then you just don't get those. Very rarely, anyways. Okay. I'm betting there's still going to be a Showdown Series insert card. As well as another, like, draft picks. This pack is not opening very easily. Okay, we got a Karl Malone. Mailman. There's our 2nd Dennis Rodman. I'm surprised we didn't get more of those. Ah, here we go. Showdown Series. Not the best ones in the set. Joe Dumars and Reggie Miller. But pretty cool, I guess. We got this Chris Mullins again. Mullen. Oh, I said Mullins. Chris Webber on the Changing Faces. We got about, how many packs we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We still got a decent amount of packs here. Still, I'm wondering now if that Dynamic Dunks card is going to be at the very bottom of this box. How many Glenn Rice Great Balls on Fire do we have now? Okay, got a bunch of these Isaiah Riders. Nick Van on the base rookie. Anybody else? Nope. Not a great pack. All right, we're getting closer. Getting closer to the finish line. What's it going to be? Got a George Marathon again. And Tony Kukoc. They are always back to back. There is an order to these. Yeah, we got another Shaq. Got another Shaq. We'll take it. Let's see how well this turned out. Yeah, off-centered. I was going to say it's pretty clean. There's still a few specks. But this one's off-centered. Tough cards. Tough cards, but I like them. There's a Vin Baker rookie. Haven't seen too many of him, the base anyways. Whoops. That's already damaged now. Moses Malone and Sean Bradley. Okay. Still wondering about the Dynamic Dunks. Of course, there is an opportunity. There is a chance that we just don't even get one. Moses is stuck there. Oh, there's our Dynamic Dunks, and it's not Jordan. It is Charles Barkley. Oh, wow, we got 2 inserts back to back. What a pack. Unfortunately, that didn't do us any favors with damage control. Look at all those specs. Oh, man, that's a bummer. Very nice looking card. Would love to get the Jordan, but you know what? I am not buying another one of these boxes for that. I am going to buy the Jordan. So usually what I do is when I open a box, or 2, depending on how many I have, of course I'm looking for Michael Jordans to add to my collection. If I don't get one, I'll go online after this video and just look for the card I didn't get and buy it. That's a pretty cool card. Harold Miner, Lightning and Thunder. I knew it was going to be Steve Smith. That's our 3rd one, but all that damage right there didn't do us any favors. That's pretty cool though, to get 2 inserts like that in one pack. That's actually really awesome. Despite the fact they were damaged from sticking, that's a really good pack. The Barkley's okay. Of course, the Harold Miner, Steve Smith is nothing, but still, to pull 2 inserts like that, that's pretty rare. Another mailman. All right, so a couple packs left. Oh, another Johnson and Bird. What are the odds of getting that again? I'll take it. I can think of far worse duos. Like, how about everybody? Except, of course, Michael Jordan. It could be Michael Jordan and Ronald McDonald. I could care less. It's Michael Jordan. Which reminds me, he did do those McDonald's commercials, so I guess I'm not that far off. John Starks, Untamed Fury. Mitch Richmond. All right, we still got 4 packs here, so I'm feeling another draft picks insert. I feel like we need one of those. We got duplicates early on of whoever that pick was, number 27. It's like the last pick. There's Dino Raja on that. Joe Dumars on this high performance. The Detlef. Are you kidding me? Why? Why? Look at that. Again. Again. Who is this Malcolm Mackey? Should I not go to sleep tonight? Should I fear this man? Golly. 3 of those? That's karma. Because that's karma for me pulling 3 Michael Jordan hologram inserts out of that box of Upper Deck that time. That's my karma for getting 3 Jordans. Now I got 3 of Malcolm in the middle. All right. I'm not angry. Dennis Rodman. Man, that's... Okay, I got 3 more packs. We're hitting the Rodmans now. That's funny. Okay. I doubt we're gonna get any more inserts. Might get another Penny Hardaway, maybe. Another Christian Laettner. Oh, we did hit another insert. We got one snuck in there. Dominique Wilkins and Scottie Pippen. Interesting photo. I guess that was taken at the same game. Pretty cool. Take a Scottie. Sounds like a candy bar. I'll take a Scottie. Hey, there we go. There's Penny Hardaway. We'll take that. So we squeezed in another insert. That's not too bad. That's not terrible. I should have put all the inserts in a different pile so I could do a little, make it easier when I do a little recap here at the end, but that's all right. We'll go through it quickly and we'll count how many we ended up with. I'm not going to count all these subsets here. I mean, I like that. There's another Chris Webber. I like them, as you know. Not everyone's cup of tea. Not worth a whole lot, but pretty cool cards. I'm not going to count all of them. But I will at least go through and point out the inserts we ended up getting. So, by the way, as a review, Shaq Talk, 1 in 36. We got 1 Shaq Talk. Thunder and Lightning, 1 in 12. I think we got 3 of those, so that's perfect. NBA Draft, 1 in 12. We got 3 of those. Malcolms. Showdown Series, 1 in 6. That feels about right. Dynamic Dunks, 1 in 36. All right. You know what? We hit the odds, I think, like exactly. Exactly. So, there you go. What a good way to end this pack. Look at that. Penny Hardaway. The last card of the box. Not too shabby. Oh, Glenn. I got so many of you. So we ended up with 3 Penny Hardaway rookies. That's pretty good. That's kind of what I would expect in a smaller series where you're going to get duplicates. Got some serious bricking here. There's that Tower of Power, Dave Robinson. And we end it with, of course, these guys are always in front of Penny. This Penny, okay, the corners are a little bent. I was just like, man, maybe they'll get one that looks like it could be a 10. All right, well, let's do a quick recap. Ended up being a pretty average box, although I'm glad I got a Jordan. I did not expect that, so that is really nice. The thing is, you could get what, 1 in 6 packs, right? There's a lot of these though. I'm pretty sure. I think there's maybe 20. I want to say. So the fact that we ended up pulling the Jordan was really nice. The Dynamic Dunks was the one I really wanted. Charles Barkley, not terrible, but bummer with the that kind of makes it almost valueless. So that sucks. Penny, 3 of them. The base, we got also the changing faces. 3 of the Shaqs, which I'm glad, because, you know, we got this huge stack of those. The Verses, I'm glad we got 2 of these. I'd rather have 2 Magic and Birds rather than like just someone different who's not nearly as good. 1 Shaq Talk, that's okay. Probably a huge card when this product came out. Decent stack of rookies. A lot of duplication here. We got like, you know, 5 Chris Webbers. He's changing faces. But there's an insert. Showdown, Pippen, Wilkins. This guy haunting me. We will not speak of this again. I love these Thunder and Lightning. I wish there would have been perfect to do a Jordan Pippen of this Thunder and Lightning. I don't know why they didn't, but that would have been an awesome card. Got Dumars, Reggie Miller on that insert. Got, like I said, got a bunch of Chris Webbers, Kemp, and Malone. And I like how they're different colors too. Like it's like a color match. This one's blue for the Kings. Walt Williams and Bobby Hurley, that ain't anything. Jamal Mashburn, Jim Jackson. I think that was the first one we got. That was pretty cool. And then Larry Johnson and Barkley. So, you know, that guy. Just, why? Anyways, lost my train of thought thanks to Malcolm Boy. And then, like I said, this just a personal favorite of mine. Got a massive stack of these. So, remember, I think there was, at least 1 or 2 of these per pack. So, if you like these cards, you're going to get a lot of them. I'm not going to go through all of them. But pretty cool cards. I'm going to put some of those in the PC because, like I said, I collect any that have like a skyline behind them. They're pretty cool. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. It was fun. It was lots of fun. Took a little longer than I hoped, you know, with the sticking and bricking and the grumbling until I got Penny Hardaway and the grumbling of the Malcolm draft pick. And the grumbling of a damaged Barkley. But whatever, you know, it's fun. I enjoyed it. I probably will not buy another box of these in the future. I got what I wanted. I'll buy the Jordan Dynamic Dunk individually. But other than that, I think I'm good. So hope you had fun. And you may see some more packs of these in the future. Probably on some Jordan hunts. On those videos, I've got another box of these I opened, so I'll probably, you know, open 1 or 2 packs here or there. Still looking for, I still may pull the Jordan Dynamic Dunk. We'll see, and maybe another one of the Verses. So there's that chance, but otherwise, that's probably it as far as opening boxes of these. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.